This is a fascinating situation. If you guys haven't been keeping up with some of this stuff happening in sports, there are all kinds of things happening, like a new swimming record being set by a biologically born male who was mediocre on a men's team for 3 years. Okay, so this Florida situation is interesting because now you got students that are taking a stand.
They filled the field at Monarch High School, students in support of transgender athletes and in protest of the reassignment of their school principal, staging a class walkout. Hundreds gathering, holding signs, and chanting phrases like Lives Matter and Bring Back Cecil.
We all have to work on
Monarch's principal, James Cecil, reassigned because of a girl athlete who was biologically born a boy, transitioned to a female, and then played on the girls' volleyball team, and that would be a violation of state law.
Listen.
Wow. So the students are for this, huh? I was hoping they would go the opposite direction. This is crazy. So they're violating state law. Yeah, I got a funny video we're gonna look at here in a second.
Listen, our first priority are students.
Broward School Superintendent Peter Licata on the principal's reassignment, along with 3 other top staffers.
That's not an indication of discipline. It's an indication that we want to make sure that when we investigate it, it's done properly and appropriately. Again, we want to make sure we do this right. Nobody is guilty of anything at this point. That's what an investigation is for.
On the state's High School Athletic Association's pre-participation physical evaluation form, the question of a student's sex assigned at birth appears at the very top, then 2 additional times on the form.
By the way, I really don't like that sex assigned at birth thing. It's such a stupid thing. Listen, it's like less than 1% of the population is intersex. Okay, that in those situations you have to assign a sex at birth. Because remember, the conversation here is not sex exists in a biological sense, but gender is a social construct. That's the narrative. Now they're changing the narrative to now sex is assigned. Sex is a social construct. We're really jumping out the window because we're using the rarest form of intersex people who have a type of defect almost, and we're saying now those folks make up the majority of people who have their sex assigned at birth. It's so silly.
Students' opinions today mainly focused on their reassigned principal.
I feel like he didn't really have a part or say in this, and he's a really kind-hearted man, so free Mr. Cecil, guys.
I hope he gets to maybe a better situation. Hopefully this doesn't end badly for him.
Licata involving Tallahassee and the State Department of Education in on this matter.
We initiated that conversation, just to let them know that we're going to go through. They also recommended make sure you go through the process, make sure you be consistent and fair.
Principal reassigned amid investigation involving transgender athletes.
Some students are mobilizing for a protest and possible school walkout tomorrow after their principal at Monarch High School in Coconut Creek and some staff were reassigned. Broward School saying that they're investigating whether the principal broke state law by allowing a transgender girl to play on an all-girls team. Jamie Gorilla is live outside the school where the controversy is brewing tonight. Jamie.
Joanne, that law passed a couple of years ago. Tonight, we talked to students on both sides of the controversy. Tonight, a Broward County high school finds itself in the middle of a culture war after the principal, James Cecil, and other staffers were reassigned. School district officials say Cecil and other staff at Monarch High School in Coconut Creek possibly violated state law, allowing a female student who is biologically born male and now transitioning to a girl to play on a girls' team. Students at the school say it involves the volleyball team.
I mean, I don't agree with that. He shouldn't be able to play on the team.
I care about this because
that man's based. Wrong pronouns and everything. Wow.
Seeing what kids go through every day and seeing the things that happen to them and how these laws are affecting them.
Back in 2021, the state legislature passed the Fairness in Women's Sports Act addressing this specific matter. It reads in part, athletic teams or sports designated for females, women, or girls may not be open to students of the male sex. A statement of a student's biological sex on the student's official birth certificate is considered to have correctly stated the student's biological sex at birth.
Well, shout out to Florida.
On social media, students are promoting a walkout at noon to stand up for the community and support the people who were transferred.
Man, this is gonna yo-yo so far in the opposite direction. I promise you, this is not what the activists want. They think this is what they want. This ain't what they want.
I would love to walk out tomorrow during school to show support for my friends and my family and all of my peers.
You could show support and say I want people treated with dignity without saying I want biologically born men to compete in women's sports. You can want, right? These things are not mutually exclusive. You can say I don't want people to be mistreated. I don't want to be mistreated. While at the same time, I don't want my little sister playing against a biologically born man who's clearly stronger and bigger than most women.
Now, the district says the principal and the staff were reassigned to non-school sites pending the investigation, adding they're committed to providing students with a safe and inclusive learning environment.
Wow. Interesting. All right. That's national news, huh? You guys seen this thing?
In a world where women's sports is being transformed, the Daily Wire calls foul with the most triggering comedy of the year.
Now, the funny thing is, there's a video of this. Like, I don't know if they did this just for the trailer but there was a video of a girl wrestling a dude recently and just completely getting manhandled. I don't want to pull it up because it's kind of graphic, but this just happened. Yeah, he rock bottomed her for real.
Guys, this is serious. Sports can be your pathway to a better life.
Well, like yours?
Please don't steal my catalytic converter again. Winning matters. It's the key ingredient in becoming a winner.
Maybe you should try it sometime. Are you gonna move?
I am not.
Let's cut to the chase. I know you're not a woman.
Hey, you don't know how he identifies.
If you can beat them.
What do you know about the U.S. Opens for the global games?
You want us to compete as women. $5,000 prizes.
My lover says you were a great coach back in the day.
Join.
This is the way the world is now. My 8-year-old daughter told me all about it. So a guy can become a girl with no physical changes at all.
Oh, that's called gender fluid.
So
That's called gender fluid. Yo.
I can be a woman on the court and a man in the bedroom. I can't believe it. Nice.
You mean when you're sleeping?
Yes.
Coach, Alex,
we could play basketball. We'd have to get the whole team back together.
It's time.
We're in.
I'm in. I'm in.
To play.
Lady Ballers.
Man up.
Like a girl.
That's right. I'm with her.
Now, is this them supposed to be in the WNBA? Because this is amazing. By the way, I'm shocked that no one's actually done. Like Zuby set the world record for women's deadlift.
Pro heroes.
Day one of being a girl athlete?
Day one. Oh, man.
I love being a girl.
To sheroes.
We could dominate every woman's sport. Running, swimming, soccer. I said sport, Felix!
Yeah, that's why are they showing the shots at soccer?
It's ladies basketball, boys. Nobody watches.
Sheesh. Watch
Excuse me. Are these seats open?
Never mind.
Getting dunks. And tucking trunks.
No, she didn't.
So it looks like another superior team decided to get in on the action and is going to play them against them in the championship. Yeah, and this is Ted Cruz is in this as well.
That's the biggest I've ever seen on a lady.
I don't care.
Lady Ballers.
Ben Shapiro's in it.
One can even be trans age now, which provides Sheelix with a wonderful opportunity to relive all the experiences that she missed out on in school.
Streaming exclusively on Daily Wire Plus December 1st.
Wow. Shout out to Daily Wire, man. Yeah. By the way, these are all the jokes people want to make, comedians want to make, and I'm sure people want to make movies about that you can't, and they're going for it. So props to them. We see according to the Bible that prayer is extremely important in terms of us being transformed from the inside out when we get aligned with God's will. For the Christians watching this channel, I want you guys to implement these spiritual disciplines in your day-to-day life. And the only way I've been able to do this consistently is through writing down my prayers in a prayer journal that does a few things. One, it allows me to reflect and come to God humbly and ask him to move on my behalf. And two, it allows me to document my prayers, which ultimately help me remember the very things that I was praying for and see the hand of God tangibly in my life when he answers them. So I would urge you, consider writing down your prayers. It could be in a blank notebook. It could even be on your phone. Or you could check out the one I personally designed and used from my own quiet time and spiritual discipline that I think will be a huge blessing. It's the exact structure and system that I've used for years to pray and be more consistent in my spiritual disciplines. You can pick yours up today by clicking the link in the pinned comment below. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.